Continuing debate, the honourable member for Essex.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And, as great as it is to get back to this House, it's obviously it's a sad day. It's a sad day to have to come back to this House to truly celebrate all that that the Queen did for Canada and, truthfully, Mr. Speaker, continues to do for Canada and the world. And I suppose then I'll retract my statement and say, what an exciting day. What a fabulous day. And what an honor it is for me to stand here today on behalf of the amazing folks of Essex and speak to her presence, speak to all that she did, and speak to thank all that she presented. So much has already been said, Mr. Speaker. So I'm not going to speak about all the rest of the things that so many great folks have said in this House. But of course, I'll start out by saying that my thoughts and prayers, the people of Essex thoughts and prayers, are of course with the royal family, Mr. Speaker, and all of the people that she represented. I suppose her hope, her passion and compassion for 96 years, if it doesn't put some energy, a smile on the face of Canadians, then I think you need to take a hard look in the mirror and realize that what she brought to this world is something so unique, is something so heartwarming, and something that we can all take a page out of her playbook, Mr. Speaker. I guess I really didn't realize the impact that she had on folks until I was honored to present so many fine folks from Essex and the surrounding area with her Queen's Jubilee pins. I had zero idea the impact that she had, and not only from older folks, but from young folks as well. And to have the honor to put on the Queen's Jubilee pin and have somebody literally cry on your shoulder and say it's the greatest honor of their life, Mr. Speaker, it blew my mind. And that's when the impact happened. And Mr. Speaker, only 3 days later, the Queen, Her Majesty, the Queen Elizabeth II, passed away. I kind of think it's by design. I'm going to speak very quickly, Mr. Speaker, to something that a lot of Canadians don't know, and probably most of my colleagues don't even realize, but I'm a very proud United Empire Loyalist, Mr. Speaker, a UEL. And I spoke with Heather Crew just 2 days ago, and I asked her, can you give me some ideas and give me some thoughts about what the UEL, what the Queen meant to the UEL. And so I want to just share just a few thoughts here, Mr. Speaker, to really bring it into perspective, back for my community, back for Essex. And I'll share something pretty unique and neat with you here shortly. So Heather sent me a briefing here. So the Bicentennial Branch was founded in 1984 and derives its name from the 200th anniversary of the final evacuation of Loyalist refugees from Manhattan in 1784. Loyalists from across the 13 colonies had gathered on Manhattan Island, which at the time was the last stronghold of the British following the Revolution. In 1983, a handful of UE, so United Empire Loyalists, holders from the Windsor-Essex region began to discuss the formation of a local UELAC branch. They were encouraged in those efforts by John Chard, who was a member of Dominion Council and editor of the Loyalist Gazette, of which I get basically every month. The first general meeting of the new branch took place on May 31st, 1984 in the Windsor Public Library. Charter members were Sharon Gominar, Marie Gordon, Gwyneth Malkin, Jean Walton, Marilyn Courtney, Eleanor MacDonald, Donna Harvey, Alice Pollock, and Margaret Lewis. Margaret Lewis was my grandfather. It was my grandmother. My grandmother, Mr. Speaker. She was absolutely instrumental. She adored the Queen. My late grandmother, she passed away just a few years ago. And if it was possible, she would have had a Queen's Jubilee pin put on her lapel as well. Today, Bicentennial Branch serves Windsor, Essex County, Chatham, Kent, and Michigan. However, our members can be found throughout North America. Most members have family ties with the Loyalists who settled this area in the years following the American Revolution, although some members have proven Loyalist ancestors from other parts of Canada. Heather went on to say, Mr. Speaker, that 1 in 6 Canadians actually have ties to the Loyalists, and most don't realize that they do. Ontario's coat of arms, Mr. Speaker. Ontario's coat of arms was adopted in 1909, illustrating Ontario's ties to England and its loyalty to Canada. The deer, moose, and bear are the most common mammals indigenous to Ontario. The Latin motto, and this is going to be good, Ut incept fidelis sic permanent, translates to loyal she began, loyal she remains. This is in reference to the Loyalist ties of the province's early settlers. In closing, Madam Speaker, I guess why I'm so excited to be here today, and not because of her passing, but because of the opportunity to speak to an individual, a woman that's done so much good for Canada. But I think that I do my best to do what I believe that she exemplified, and that's to leave the world a better place than we found it. And she's done that time and time and time again. You can see it through the tears, you can see it through the smiles, you see it through the laughter, and you see it through the respect, Mr. Speaker. It's remarkable that through her life, she brought so much to this world. And I guess what's equally remarkable, Mr. Speaker, in that through her death, she has certainly exemplified exactly that. So, Mr. Speaker, in closing, again, it's been an honor to speak my thoughts and prayers with the royal family in all aspects going forward. Godspeed the Queen, God save the King, and God bless Canada. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.